All right. Tina, I think I got to start with you. I got to go to you first. So I just need you to take your mute off for me. There we go. Oh, hun, all I know, as soon as you took your mute off, there's somebody just grabbed you and hugged you from behind and went, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. Who do you want me to focus on, hun?
I talked to my grandfather.
Got ya. Oh, who else is coming? Oh, somebody else. Ashley. Am I missing somebody? I wonder if she paid before. Hold on. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, Tina. Ha! Good thing she's coming in now before I get started in this. Ashley, I have no idea who you are. I didn't see you in my roll call. It doesn't mean you're not meant to be here. Oh, Tina, your grandfather's choking me out. Oh, you know why I didn't see her? Because she just bought a ticket. That's so funny. Grandpa, I'm not going anywhere. Just give me a second here. Did your grandfather have a breathing thing by any chance here, Tina? Holy sheep. I'm trying not to curse.
He smoked a lot.
You think? I'm like so choking here. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get started. Ashley, welcome. You threw me for a loop for a minute there because I'm like, who the heck? We're all here. Who the heck is this coming in? But you bought a ticket last minute. Here you are. I know that I've read for you before and you're familiar with how this works. So we're jumping right in. So Tina, let's do this connection exercise. When I came to you and then I tried to let somebody else in. Your grandfather almost choked me to death. He's like, no, it's my turn. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Both feet flat on the floor, hun. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. All right, he's coming through strong, let me tell you. And it's so funny the way he's coming through. He's showing me like a water gun or a Nerf gun or something. He's like blasting away the obstacles as he comes forward. So as he steps forward, you've heard me describe the puzzle dump a million times, right?
Yeah.
And he's taken me through his passing. This man could not breathe before he passed. Let me tell you, what he's showing me of his passing from his experience is that he can't breathe. There's a lot of pressure in my head. And then I'm just relieved to be on that side. I'm relieved to be out of that physical body that was in a lot of pain before I passed. You understand that? I feel so grateful to be able to breathe again on that side. So he definitely struggled with the breathing before he passed. Hey? Now, what's interesting is he's talking about, like I said, blasting away the obstacles in order to get you here. Because you've been asking him to bring you through for a while. It's funny. I think you're the young lady that sent me a message some time ago going, what am I doing wrong, man? I've been trying to get through for so freaking long. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to understand that you got to meet me halfway, right? Like these groups are so freaking cheap. You could sign up for a group at any point you want. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we make it more complicated in ourselves. So what he's doing is he brought you here today to show you how easy it is and you can do this anytime you want. But he's very much still, because he keeps showing me this, which is like best friend, very close, very, very close. So he was like your best friend before he passed.
I was more connected to him than anybody else.
I can barely hear you, hun. Can you say that again?
I was more connected to him than anybody else.
Yeah. He said, what is this past tense stuff? I'm still here. He got you here, even though you were kind of stubborn in the fact that I'm not paying for that, blah, blah, blah. I can't afford that. Arguing for your limitations instead of saying, thank you for lining it up for me, Grandpa. I know you can. Actually, you must have done that at some point because he's like, see, when you did that, look how quickly you got here. But you had to change your thought from this is too hard, I never get through, to thank you for getting me through. And then boom, here you are. Does that make sense? It's amazing sometimes how stuck we get ourselves because he's just giving you the magic wand, honey. He said you're not stuck at all. You just think you're stuck. You think you're slowed. You think you're stagnant, but you're not. The only thing that you could do better is to know where you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, then how are you going to feel like you're on your way there? Do you see what I'm trying to say? And if you don't know where you want to go, then how's Grandpa going to be able to guide you towards it unless you know where you want to go?
Yeah, I have the struggle with
This is partly for you. You've been finding the change all around you recently, yes?
that.
Because he's throwing it at you. He's like showing it to me bouncing off your head. So usually when they do that, it means you're not getting it. I'm right here.
I don't remember seeing change, but
Look down around your feet when you're getting in and out. I just keep seeing the car, getting in and out of the car. Do you drive?
no, my stepdad does.
I can't hear you, sweetie.
Oh, my stepdad does.
So whether or not you're actually the one driving or not, he keeps showing me put that when you get out of the car, when you're stepping out, look down at your feet. When you see change around, that's not just there by chance, it's there on purpose. But if you think that it's just random, then you're going to pass it off and you're not even going to see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on a second. That energy is the strongest around him. Like he's, like I said, he's got like Nerf guns or water guns or something, trying to blast away the obstacles in front of you. He's like, I feel like he's trying to make a game of it. He's telling you to lighten up, make a game of it. He's there to help you.
I'm kind of more of a serious person. So
Pardon?
I'm like more of a serious person. I don't really play around a lot. Like I kind of just take things seriously.
Ah, see, you got to understand that the more serious and stern you are, the longer it's going to take to get to where you want to go. It's like if you order for a meal at a restaurant and you sit there waiting the whole time, waiting, stern and serious. Does it feel like your food comes really quickly, or does it take a long time to show up in that energy?
It usually feels longer.
If you are having a great time with your friends and you're lightening up and you're enjoying the conversation at the table, that food comes like that, yes?
Yep.
Lighten up. Lighten up. These are challenges. These challenges are just an opportunity for you to feel Grandpa's presence. If you look at them as challenges that are designed to hold you back, then they are, and they will. But if you look at them as opportunities for your grandfather to prove that he's still here, because if you keep telling yourself he's dead and gone, he is, he can't help you. But when you say, thank you for helping me and getting me where I want to go, and this is where I want to go, when you're clear, like you were when you told him that you needed him to bring you to me, you get that. Boom, lines right up. So these challenges are just opportunities for Grandpa to show up and help you and for you to feel his presence, because you can't feel his presence in the physical anymore. You have to look. That's why he's throwing change at you, because it's like it feels like it's not enough. It's not the same as when he was here in the physical. So when you see the change or the feathers or the synchronicities and alignments, it feels like that's not enough. That's not him. But it is. So you have to watch for those so that you'll feel his connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I find I haven't really been connecting to things as much because I'm kind of just not noticing or yeah.
Because you're in pain, honey. When you say that I'm stern and serious, that's somebody who's hurting. You understand? Because happiness doesn't feel like that. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So all you have to do to pull happiness into you is find something to be happy about. Whatever you are focusing on, you will get more of. But if you are choosing to see the cup as half empty, then you're going to experience lack. You're going to experience not enough. No matter where you go, that's what you're going to line up with. You're going to see everything as that. But if you look at the cup as half full, you're going to see gratitude. You're going to see joy, and you're going to line up with that vibration everywhere you go. Your grandfather's message, the reason why he brought you here is because A, he's not dead. B, he's still trying to help you, but he can't go against your free will. So if you're determined to be miserable, he has to let you. But if you want to be happy, then you have to care about how you feel. This has to be your first priority, and you have to start feeling better. Do whatever you need to do to feel better. And when you feel better, you'll start lining up with better. And the better you feel, the more you will hear him, because pain and grief distorts the energy. You've heard me say that a million times. You're not stuck, you're just stubborn. And he said you get that from him.
I do.
So he's telling you to lighten up. No wonder I've never seen them break through. Usually they have the shotgun, but he's like got Nerf guns and water guns. And so there's a big message. Lighten up, be playful, have fun. You're not stuck. It's not as serious as you're making it out to be. And you are healing and growing so much better than I think you are. He's so proud of you. And he wants you to see yourself through his eyes. Does that make sense? And then he's still giving you that car. He's telling you to drive the car, get your license, do it. Because as you do this, as you take that step towards achieving that, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to stop telling yourself, I can't, it's hard, I don't have the money, all these excuses. You're going to start saying, thank you, Grandpa, for helping me. Thank you for helping me study. Thank you for sending me the car. Thank you for giving me the money. Thank you for. And then watch it show up. And when it does, you know he sent it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He's got me lit up like a freaking Christmas tree here. Let me just try to fix my lighting. I don't know if I look dead. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. You guys all look beautiful, and then I look like this every time. Sorry, that interrupts your reading. It just distracts me. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. You can either see it as a positive, you're glowing like an angel, or you can see it like you look like a dead person. Either way it is the way that you perceive it.
Yes.
Makes sense? I love him. He's so fun. Just know he's still there. He's still communicating with you. He's still talking to you every day, and he's still helping you get from where you are to where you want to go. Your job is to know where you want to go more than be pissed off about where you were. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let him pull his energy back. I hope that was helpful. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I wish I didn't look like that, but who cares what I look like? Going to you guys. Okay, so we're going to pregnant Brandy, who's not pregnant anymore because I can hear a baby in the background. So that must have been like a year ago or maybe. How long has it been since I read for you, Brandy?
So it was probably Ashley might be able to help me out. Oh no, I just yes, a year ago because I was oh no, sorry. No, left. 5 months.
Either way, baby's not in belly anymore because I can hear crying and I feel like I'm tired as heck. So that's not pregnancy.
Oh no, he's awake.
Yeah, yeah. Who do you want me to connect to? Sorry,
Um,
loved ones already starting.
Dad.
You don't say. You see me doing this already?
Yeah.
Named after, just like. Is that baby boy named after your dad?
No, he's not.
Oh, then you watch out. He's gonna be fiery, just like dad. Because I see just like named after, just like named after, just like named after.
Oh yeah.
And your dad's like, woohoo! You just wait and see. He's gonna be just like me. Okay, let's do this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus.
Oh.
He's cute. He goes, do I have to tell you how I died again? And I'm like, yes, you do, please. Ha! So he stepped forward and he said it was actually pretty quick from his perspective, but it was harder on you guys. So he didn't want to go through all that again. But he said that he can eat better. He's got no, I don't know if he was nauseous or if that is heart because heart feels like acid
Yeah.
reflux or something.
Yeah.
You understand that? He's like, it was so quick for him, not as easy for you guys. It's interesting. His death feels prolonged, even though I know he crossed over instantly. It's like that entire, he hasn't been gone very long either, has he?
No. Well, yes and no. No, 6 years is
Oh,
not
wow.
long, but
I was gonna say it feels like a year or two because time is relative, right? Sometimes a
yeah.
year can feel like six, or six can feel like one. But it's interesting that time right after he passed feels like it went on forever. I don't know why he's stressing it like that, but he's glad that you're through that initial part because that first part was so heavy. It's like we did not expect him to pass when he passed or how he passed. And so it's like that beginning part was so hard. Do you understand
Right.
that?
Yes. Yes.
Is this your second child?
Yes.
Because he's like talking about watching over the two and how proud he is of you. He was there for Easter, and I feel all excited about Easter this year. We celebrate differently. What does that mean? Slow this down. Did you color eggs and stuff with your kids or like do the Easter traditions this year?
No, not really. No. Mm-mm.
See, that would make sense to me because he's like, we celebrated differently. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because when they start showing me he was there, when the dad showed me something like I was there with you for the holidays, but then they show me that you celebrated differently than the way that I would normally think of. That tells me you didn't celebrate it, or it's not important to you, or there's something about that that you didn't do traditionally. But he doesn't, him giving you that kind of validation is his way to prove that he was there. Because if I say he was there celebrating the holidays with you, I'm thinking that you're doing all those things. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. And it's interesting because I was thinking of that. I had thought about that during Easter, like, oh, we didn't do things like I did growing up. A
God,
lot of things we missed.
that was your dad. So that's just it. When I tell you they're not gone, this is what I mean. And he's not saying, you did, you missed all that. He's saying, hey, I did this differently with you. We got to
Yes.
do this and this and this. And he's like, that's okay. When they get older, you will.
Yeah.
But or when they get older, you will, because they're not very far apart in age. Is it like a year or two?
Yes. Yeah. One's 2.5 and this one's, well, 4 months.
See, so that's why he's like what you experienced there was you heard him speaking to you in your thoughts. That's why you were thinking, "Hey, we didn't do things the way that Dad used to do them,"
Yeah.
because his voice sounds like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts.
Right.
And the reason why he was saying that to you is because he wants you to know that next year when they're big enough, because is it a little girl? Do you have a sister? Does he have a sister?
Yes.
Because as she gets bigger, like he's still too little, but next year she's big enough to do all those traditions, right?
Right.
So he wanted you to know that this year, it's fine, you didn't do it this year, but next year we're doing it. 'Cause Dad's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, slow this down, Dad. He's offering a lot of love to your mom or the lady he was married to here in the physical world. Well, he didn't like the way I said that. Was him and your mom still married?
No.
Okay. Why is he like, when I said that, was he married to somebody or with somebody when he passed?
Yes. Yes, he was. Yeah.
Because he's offering love to her. It's weird the way he said that. Hold on. It's interesting because I had a message earlier on my live that's kind of similar, which is he's putting the heart around her and you guys, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. And I feel grateful for everything you did to help her after he passed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then he gave your mom the yellow rose, which is oh my gosh, he's funny because he gave your mom the yellow rose, which is my symbol for friendship. And very often it symbolizes divorce or separation. It feels like they were separated for a very long time. Um, and I don't think that they were in bad standing though, because he's being very playful with her. He goes, give her the rose, the yellow rose, which is my sign for friendship, and make sure she knows that I can see everything on this side. So were they still friendly before he passed?
Um, Relatively, I would say. Yeah.
He's so teasing her, I'm telling you that.
Uh,
He's also got a soul of a child on the other side, and that's interesting. Um, I see being brought back to you. Have you lost a child, abortion, miscarriage, something like that?
yes, yes, I have. Yeah.
You know that's this baby that you have right now, right?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Dad said that I handed him right back to you. I took care of him up here, but then I sent him right back. We just wanted him to be healthy, he said. It's so that first body he was in just wasn't going to turn out exactly right. So he exited and came back so he could be healthy. But your dad said just know that I was there to greet his soul and I sent him right back.
So lovely.
And that's another reason why he's saying just like me, because he trained him and hung out with him over there. So he's going to have personality traits of your dad.
Oh,
He's already in food. He's like, feed that monster. He's calling him a monster.
yes, yes. That's funny. I keep thinking, oh my goodness, he's gonna be eating before should be eating.
That's what your dad is saying. He's like, that's okay. That's my boy. That's literally how I hear it. Aw. He's like, see, I'm still here, sweetie. I'm not gone. I'm right here. And as you are becoming a mom and experiencing the best parts of you, because that's what he says. He's like, that's the way he says it too, is that watching you become a mom is, I want your dad, just saying. He said, watching you become a mom is like watching a flower bloom. I've never had a dad say it to me like that before. He said he's just getting to watch you from the other side become the most amazing, nurturing, loving person, and he's really proud of you for that. Don't sweat the weight. It'll fall off, he said. Feels like he's showing me the spinning around, which is my symbol for being, watching what you eat, change of lifestyle. I feel like you're very aware of the additional weight. And he's like, don't worry, it's going to fall off. Like I'm seeing it fall off.
Okay. Wow.
And that was your dad in the middle of the night. There's something about, I don't know if you saw him on the monitor or baby. This is how he shows me. Baby's crying, but then he stops crying and he's looking up. And it's like, why is he stop crying? And what is he looking at? Your dad.
Yeah. Yep.
When he was crying, your dad came in the middle of the night and was like going and making him laugh so that you could get some sleep.
Wow.
He's not gone. He loves you so much. Now he's pulling his energy back. I hope that was helpful, sweetie.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
You're very welcome. He's like kissing that baby and you at the same time. Like, is the baby in your lap right now?
Yes.
Aw, awesome. All right, hon. I hope that was
Thank
helpful.
you. Yeah.
You're welcome. Miss Nelson, what is it? What was your first name again? Sam. Is it Sam?
Yes.
Okay, I have to go to you because my head is hurting. Every time I try to think about go to somewhere else, I come back here because I can feel the pain in the head. Who do you want me to connect to?
Um, Probably my grandpa.
Interesting. I'm so glad you said him because he's got the head thing, but he doesn't come alone, you know. He's got two people with him. I don't know if your grandma's also on
There,
the other side.
there's always a cluster.
So we've done this song and dance before. So you
Not
guys
not with
remember
you, but yes.
with other people. Got
Yeah.
ya. Well, it could have been with me. I wouldn't remember because I read for so many of you that I can never remember in my head. But is your grandma also on the other side?
Not his wife, no, but my grandmother on my other side, my dad's side.
Because they're piggybacking and stepping forward, and I'm not sure which one of them had the stroke or something. I think it's grandpa. Is that who you asked? Was grandpa? I'm getting all confused now.
Grandfather, yeah.
Let's connect because don't hurt my head like that. You ready?
Yeah,
All right, both feet flat on the floor. Are your feet on the floor? They are
a
not.
bit.
I can feel it. Don't try to trick me. It's
Okay,
you're only disconnecting yourself because I can feel if I can't have a connection.
okay,
Perfect.
I got it.
Sorry. Okay, ready? That's
Okay.
better. Now I can feel. All right. Now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath, starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down. All right. Your grandmother is definitely competing for your attention here. If he gets to come, I get to come. Just saying. That's what I heard. He
Sounds right.
steps forward. I go to the head. Now, please remember, they take me through their passing from their experience, not ours. And I feel like he's trying to express what he experienced as he passed over. There's pressure in my head. It feels like it goes very fast, but there's a lot of pressure in my head. He's showing me sudden, unexpected passing. I keep hearing a lot of coughing. My face gets very itchy, which is my sign of disfiguration, or I did not look at the end of my world the way that I did for most of my life. He jumps up and down, showing me how he's all in one piece on that side. He feels so much better and how strong he is on that side. Like literally showing me muscles, wanting you to know that he's got all his strength back and mobility, because he's like not just showing me his muscles, but running back and forth, back and forth. So he must have been weak before he passed. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah.
Why did my head hurt so much? Like, did he fall? Is there an impact, a stroke, or something? Because it just boom.
No, I'm honestly not sure why his head hurt.
He was unable to communicate at the very end before he passed away.
Yeah,
And you guys made a choice or a decision to medicate him so that he could. That's why. That's
yeah. I mean, it was an influence choice, but yeah,
But you understand that when we make those choices and decisions, sometimes we feel bad because now they can't communicate with us anymore. And it's
Mhm.
like killing them before they actually die. And sometimes we see it as that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your grandfather's coming forward, showing me those choices and decisions and wanting to thank you so much because he was in more pain in ways that he couldn't describe. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't able to
yeah,
communicate that. So he feels very grateful for that moment and that choice of decision because he's tethered to the body, but not in the body to feel all that pain. He's showing me the two dates close together. So he either passed around somebody else's date, your birthdays are close together. There's something about those two dates very close together. How do you understand that?
um,
I feel like he passed around another significant date right before, right after. And then he just said, I wasn't missing it. I wasn't missing it.
uh, I mean, right before he passed, a couple months before him and my grandmother's 50th anniversary.
Isn't that
So
interesting? And your
maybe that's
grandma's
it.
still here?
Yes.
Oh, here's the thing. When you said that, no wonder I'm hearing it's not coughing I'm hearing him clear his throat. He's offering her the white flag of peace and watching over her. Oh my gosh. I can feel some turbulence in their relationship. You understand that though? Did
A
he
little
pass,
bit.
like they were separated before he passed? Oh,
No.
they were together, but there was some turbulence and stress, yeah? Or
I
she was
mean,
stressed about his passing
she was
because
definitely stressed.
the reason why they pass right before or right after, so I get that. I wasn't missing it. He said I wasn't missing it, is because he didn't want to be separated from her on their anniversary. Now I got it loud and clear. I never missed a single one. I wasn't missing this one either. And in the physical body in a hospital room where he can't communicate, he's separate. he can't be with her on that day. So what he did was he left the physical body so that he could be with her on that anniversary day. And he chose his passing date to be close to that anniversary because he doesn't want a single anniversary ever going by without grandma knowing he's there. Because if you're thinking of him, it's because he's right in front of you. It is literally impossible for you to think of somebody that's not there, just as impossible it is for you to smell something that's not there. So the dead will pass on or around an important day so that there's not a single day that goes by in that event that you won't know that they're with you.
That's cute.
She's got some mobility issues or something as well because he's like rubbing her legs and her ankles. And that's my symbol for watching over somebody that has some mobility or some pain mobility wise. Do you understand
Yeah.
that?
Hmm. Yeah.
Somebody else is coming through that died in a tragedy. Do you know if he lost a child or a young person that passed tragically? Because he's bringing forward the person that passed tragically, and I taste blood.
There's two people who have passed tragically, and one of them would be connected
To him?
directly to him.
Because he's saying, I have so much relief to know that they're here. And I saw the blood and I felt the tragedy. I felt how quick that person was, ripped out of our life. And he's like, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. Is it a gentleman?
Yeah, both of them are male.
The other one is just a friend of yours, right?
Well, he was a friend when he passed, but not his significance in my life.
Say that again, I missed that.
He was a friend when he passed, but he had much more significance in my life.
This other gentleman that's trying to step
Yeah.
forward?
The other one, do you want me to tell you?
Well, the other one is more significant to your grandfather. It's important
Yeah.
that you know that he found peace on the other side. See, one of the things they're going to do is they're going to tell me who they met over there, who they've reconnected
Mhm.
with, what they've healed from, what they have peace for, why they passed when they did, because they hear your questions and they know what you're thinking and saying. So he wants you guys to know that he found peace on that side, reconnecting with this young soul who passed in the tragedy. And when you said there's two people in the tragedy, he goes, I know, I brought him too, because this is about giving you the message that he needs you to get and you to know that that gentleman is here too. And when you said he had a lot more significance in your life, I heard, I feel like a father figure. And I don't know if he is connected to you, or if he had children. Sometimes they'll just step forward and be like, I'm a dad, or I'm a father. I'm the father figure. If they were a father, doesn't mean that they're your father. Doesn't mean, you know what I mean? But I know this energy steps forward around you, so protective. That's why I had to say, is he related to you? I don't think he's related to you because he's coming through strong, protective, like a father, even though I don't feel blood relation. So it's kind of confusing. Who the heck is this gentleman to you?
So the one who's not related to my grandfather, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he was actually an ex-boyfriend who I was with for many, many years. But he usually only, stays and lingers and says hi and doesn't talk much.
Well, he's coming through now.
I mean, if he wants to talk.
Do you have children or did he have children?
Neither. He had a dog.
He's still got that father figure energy. And I'm like, why has he got that father figure energy around you? Was he kind of bossy or controlling a little bit?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't change the energy. You know what I mean? I'm just
Obviously.
feeling it.
He's a Leo.
See, it's funny. My dad's a Leo too. No wonder I got father figure. He feels very father figure-y to me. And he's still watching over you on the other side. And it's funny because when you said he never comes through very clear, he said, you know why? It's because of your pain and grief around his passing. Pain and grief distorts the energy field, making it trickier for you to hear. Kind of like water distorts sound. You can still hear underwater, but it'll feel like this. Do you know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
almost feels like you were afraid. He goes, and stop being afraid to ask for me. I know that you wanted to talk to your grandfather, but you also wanted to talk to him too. But for whatever reason, you didn't ask for him. And I think it's because you are used to him not stepping forward for other people. You're used to telling yourself it's hard for him. He never comes through, that old story. So when you keep telling yourself that story, then you manifest that in the future. So he brought you here today to break that story because he's talking to you all the frickin' time. He's showing you like da, 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 and you still can hear his voice in your head as I'm talking about this right now. You can hear the vibration of his voice in your mind right now, right?
Yeah.
That's him
Yeah.
talking to you. Slow this down, bud. He's talking about how you were like the most amazing relationship of his life and he let you down and he's sorry for that. You guys were broken up before he passed?
Oh yeah. Well, I was actually with my now husband.
It's never too late for an apology, he said. It's never too late for an apology. That's why he's coming through like that. I just got it. Because you're remarried. So this man respects you so much, he's not coming through as a boyfriend. He's not coming through as a love. He's coming through like a protector, like a father figure who loves you unconditionally. Not in a sexual kind of way, but in a way that you're like blood, even though you're not. Do
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
He likes your husband, though. He says you got a good one. I can feel how close you guys are. Um, and it's funny because he's given me the Japan plate. Have you been married about 5 years?
No, we just got married
How long ago?
in September.
That's 7 months ago, buddy. Still, he's taking me back about 5. I'm like, why am I going back like 5? How long have you been dating this guy?
8 years. Little more.
Okay, so this is why I call them puzzle pieces because I'm trying to make them make sense, but I'm not in your life. So I'm going to tell you all the puzzle pieces and then we're going to organize these because he's going back like 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So that could be months, that could be years. He's showing me the Japan plate. Now, what the Japan plate means is that sometimes, oh, you guys have been together for a long time, so that kind of makes sense. So in Japan, they have this custom where if you break something, we put it back together with liquid gold. And then it's
Oh,
worth more when you put it back together than it was before it broke. This is what he's saying about you and your husband. You got it?
I didn't know what you meant by Japan play at first.
But now you get what he's trying to say? So let me
Yeah.
tell you what I'm
Yeah.
summarizing. There's a period 4 or 5 years ago, 4 or 5 months ago, where you guys had a bit of struggle or challenge in your relationship, and we put these
Yeah.
pieces back together, and now this relationship is worth so much more. It is so much stronger and healthier than it even was before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he's really proud of you for that. And I think he tried to help with that because he just keeps talking about how you deserve the best. Like he's playing the song. Have you ever heard the song Simply the Best by Tina Turner? I think is who sings it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Best. Like he's singing
Yeah.
that for you. I feel like your grandfather wanted you to have this message. To know that you have so many more souls on that side. I know you have a lot of souls on that side, but I think he really wanted to bring this guy into so he could be part of the team because I can feel you wanting to have him around, but at the same time not knowing if that's going to be like the right thing to do or like just being very confused about the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he comes through as a father and not in any kind of way to rock any kind of boats. I'm not a handsome dead person on the other side who can see you naked. No, no, no. I'm just a father figure. Oh, he's playing with you now. You heard the joke there.
He's a pain.
He loves you so much. And he goes, that doesn't change just because I'm in spirit. And that was him that scared you the other day, he said, as he's pulling his energy back and very much liking getting to know your family on that side. He didn't tell me how he died yet, but he put the responsibility on his shoulders. He's taking responsibility. There's a difference between responsibility and intention. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes
Yes.
they take responsibility for even getting cancer if they really ate bad their whole life or something. But he's making me feel like I take responsibility for how this went down. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
He keeps jumping out at you. Did somebody startle you or scare you recently? Like the last week or two? Because he's like, boo! He's trying to scare you.
I mean, that's quite possible.
I think you would know that. When you get off of here, think about this more clear. Sometimes they'll bring up a message like that you're not expecting, and then it'll make perfect sense when you're done. But
Later on.
I'm telling you, he's like, that was me, that was me, that was me. So it's more specific. I feel startled. I feel like you think it's a cat or an animal or something, but they will use nature to act unnaturally to do what they want you to do. So if they want you to see a bird, they'll fly one and make it hover right here. If they want to scare you, they'll have a squirrel jump out at you or something like that.
Sounds right.
You understood it now?
I think.
You got squirrels all around you?
It's that, no, I think like someone made a note, like there's a noise when I was home alone and I went
Ah,
looking for it.
and you couldn't find it?
No, of
He was trying to
course not.
scare you into talking to
I just
him.
thought it was one of my animals.
Here's the thing. This is what I love about spirit is that they will manifest the message using signs and symbols that they are trying to get to you. Now, what did what do we call him? What is his name?
Josh.
Josh has been wanting to get you a message, but you weren't sure if it was okay to bring him in. You weren't sure if it was okay to ask for the message. So he's out here scratching and making noise in the background and trying to get your attention, but you can't find him. You're not asking for him. You see why he's giving you that message?
I just usually don't assume it's him, to be honest.
I know. That's why you didn't find the source of the noise because you don't understand it's coming from him. But once you understand, next time you hear that, what would you say his name was again?
Josh.
Josh, next time you hear that noise, go cut it out, Josh. If that's you, let me know. And you watch. He'll find a sign or a symbol. Boom, you'll see it's him. He will line that message up so dramatically, it'll be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. Right now, if you feel like you can't hear him, you can't find the source of that noise. But when you identify that as you, show me it's you will find the source of that noise. Because he's the source of that noise in your world right now. That's what he's trying to say. I'm trying to communicate with you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be protective of you to help you get from where you are to where you want to go. Because it feels like you guys are trying to do something. He's planting seeds. So you've been trying to manifest something and he's trying to help bring it into your world. But you got to tell them what you need so they can bring it forward. And he's funny. He's like, I'm stronger than all these old people over here. I can do it easier and faster. He's very confident. Definitely a Leo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So just know that you have more people on your team than you think. And your grandfather is like, yeah, that was his gift to you today. Is he wanted you to bring this, have this man brought in a way that you could hear him loud and clear. And then is your birthday coming up as well? Because your grandfather just gave you another rose. Birthday, anniversary, date that happens once a year.
His birthday was yesterday.
Shut up. Okay. Your grandfather's?
Yeah.
So thank you for remembering him. See, you remembered him on his birthday, so he brought this guy in for you on your birthday. Or not on your birthday, but as his present for you, because giving you a present is a present for him.
That's cute.
And then he said, just remember, I'm not in the cemetery. I'm with you. Was he buried?
Yes.
Usually when they say that, it means that they're buried. He's like, you
Yeah.
don't have to go there to connect with me. If you're thinking about me and talking to me, I hear you. Interesting. That grandma over there that I didn't really let her get a word in edgewise, she just kissed your cheek and said, just know I'm here too, honey. Just know that you have so much love coming forward. I don't know if somebody's been sick or if you're just really stressed, but they're taking the white blanket off your shoulders. It's like, you're going to be fine. The white blanket is watching over somebody with health or stress issues. So when they take it off, it means those stress issues, those health issues are leaving. You're almost through them, but you have to remember to ask for the tools and the supports that you need to overcome the challenge. Don't ask for the challenge to be taken away. It's a gift given to you so that when you ask them to help you with it and help shows up, it's mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance right after you've asked them, and you will feel their presence in your world, not their absence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's acting like Oprah. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Do you guys need a new car?
I mean, I don't need one.
But
Some things are breaking, but I want one.
he knows. He's like being very generous about it too. I feel like there's somebody else getting a new car as well. Is it your husband? You both want one?
I mean, he probably does.
You give it to Grandpa and watch how quickly he can line that up for you. If you're still here, old man, you want me to have a car and my husband to have a car, bring it. I'm open to that. Bring it in. And watch how quickly you get some big deal or 2 brand new cars for the price of 1. I don't know how he's going to do that. I've never had Spirit tell me that they're going to do 2 before. But I'll tell you, a lot of the things that they tell me are going to happen. I've been getting so much feedback lately from people telling me they got the car, they got, the baby that they said was coming through and all this stuff. He's still doing Oprah. You get a car, you get a car. Actually, I'm seeing 3 cars. It's interesting. Well, I hope that we connect again in like a year or so here because I literally saw 3 cars. Is this mom's dad?
Yeah,
Because I think she gets one too. Is she a
she
distance or
just got
space?
one.
She just got one?
Yeah, she did.
I'm
I mean,
telling
she
you.
had to get one, but she got one.
I'm telling you, that's just one of 3. I saw 3 and he gave her one and he showed me distance or space. Is she in a different city or something than you?
I mean, yeah, she lives the next town over, but yeah.
I can't know that. He knows that. He said, if I can do that, I can do that with you too. But don't make me crash it or don't make me kill the car before you get a new one. All you got to do is just say, I would like a new one, Grandpa, and he will line it up for you.
We're just waiting for the payments to be done.
Why would you do that and say, I want to wait for the payments to be done? I don't want a new car. I want to wait for the payments to be done. Or, Grandpa, send me a car and get rid of those old payments or transmute them or find a way to get me the new car now. If you think you have to have a limitation, you will. But what if he sees a better way? What if he sees a way for you to have the car early?
I mean, maybe.
That
But I don't know if I want to trade in the car that I have, so.
Well, when you're ready, when you want that, he's very much wanting you to ask him to help you with that because he's already got his eye on something. Your grandfather liked cars, didn't he?
I mean, he had quite a few.
You don't
He
say.
cycled he cycled through them.
That's why see, their personality comes through. If he cycled through them, no big deal. When you said, but I don't know if I want to get rid of this one, he's like, oh, police. She's emotionally attached to a car. Come on. And I can hear him going, let's get a new one. Let's do it. Their personalities come through every time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pulling his energy back, and I hope that was helpful.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, so Vanessa, I'm coming over to you. What is your wife's name again? Oh, you gotta figure out how to take mute off first. Jumping all over.
There you go. Sorry, we couldn't find the mute button.
Not we, you.
Her name's Janet.
Janet, how are you, Janet?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome. So, oh yeah, your people are in the hospital with the breathing things, right? Because my breath is getting really hard to breathe. Who do you want to connect with on the other side? You got a few people here.
My sister-in-law.
Okay, she's coming through really strong. Back it up, back it up, back it up. I don't know why her head hurt, but I could feel that before she passed. Okay, ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, Slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. So I don't know how she passed, but I felt really nauseous. As she steps forward and she does this puzzle dump, she shows me the nausea inside and feeling like I'm really sick. I got spinning thoughts and really a lot of pain in my head. And then when she passed, immediately I am okay. Immediately I'm okay. But it feels like, I don't know if she was sick for a while, but I feel like I'm in that state of I'm not quite able to communicate or not quite sure of exactly what's going on. I feel kind of confused, in a lot of pain, and then I'm not. Do you understand that?
Yes, she
How
died
did
of
she?
brain cancer.
Ha ha. You see how I went right to the head, even before right away. So the second that you guys gave her that medication before she passed, that was able to help put her to sleep. She stepped out of the body and was tethered to the body, but heard everything you guys are saying. Now it's interesting because she's going into two different hospital rooms. All right, and I know there's two different situations. Like we've got two family members in the hospital, right? But are they in the same hospital?
So my dad and her uncle are in the same hospital, yes.
Because she's going back and forth to both. One is a lot more sick than the other one.
My
Yep.
uncle.
Because she said she's playing that song in my head, one of these things is not like the other. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she's like, well, one person is very sick right now, and the other person was sick and is starting to heal. See, the thing is that the dead will never tell me when somebody here in the physical world or if somebody is going to cross over. They don't tell me that. But what they do tell me is that you and that hospital room is surrounded with loved ones. And that if he does exit here, he's not going to be gone. He's going to be still with you, and he'll be immediately in no pain. That's why she made me feel all that pain when I connected to her, and why she said it that way. The second that you made that choice to give me that medication, I was free of that pain. Did you have to make a choice like that for him here? For someone here? To give them pain medication? There's some kind of choice or decision that you've made?
So we did for Vanessa's family for Barry. Yes. You help me with that?
And that was the person that's getting better?
So no,
Yeah.
these are two. This is a different uncle for her that's over at the same hospital that my dad's in. They're
Yeah.
both there for heart surgery.
See, she's showing me one is getting better and one is still struggling a little bit, but I'm not in your life to know which is which. So, but I do know that it feels like the one that is getting better is the one that had the medication, but I could be flipped. It could be the other way around. All I know is we gave medication to somebody and we took their pain away, and she's wanting to validate that the pain, that you made the right choice in taking that pain away. Even if they're not able to communicate with you all the time, you made the right choice. Does that make sense?
Well,
Who's
oh, so my dad. Remember when they gave my dad the pain to calm him down again? Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I know.
so this is your father?
Yes.
So his father's stepping forward. See, here's what's interesting. When you say, I want my friend to come forward, she's like, yeah, but I'm not connected to these guys, so I can't, well, as connected to these guys as like his father. So she's going to bring forward the people that are the big players on that side, very much watching over him. There's a father figure there on that side. And I think the father figure smoked, because I smell smoke all around him as he steps forward. You understand
Yes.
that?
Yep.
they're singing Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way, and they're wanting you to know that this was their choice. You understand? That this was their choice. And as hard as it is for us to experience somebody else's choices, especially if they made bad health choices for a long time, you know what I mean? And hard for us to watch them exit the physical world. Or stay. And I'm not saying whether or not he's exiting or staying, and his father can't tell you that either. That's a choice that he has to make. But I do feel like your dad is going to have to fight back if he wants to stay here. He's got to fight for his health. He's got to want to live. Do you see what I mean? I feel like everybody's sitting around waiting to decide if is he going to want to stay, is he going to want to go. Now, when I say is he going to want to stay, I want you to not misunderstand me. That doesn't mean that if he chose to leave because it would be because he doesn't love you. That's not it at all. It's because he loves you so much that he wants to be a part of your life and he doesn't want to be separated anymore. And if he chooses to exit the physical world, it's because he doesn't want to miss a moment. He's playing that song in my head. I don't want to miss one thing. I don't want to miss, you know that song?
Yeah.
Your dad's kind of like that too, he said. He doesn't want to miss anything. He wants to be here for everything. So if he chooses to pass, it's because he wants to be with you and he's had enough of this shit. And that's the way they say it, because I can feel it. He doesn't want people poking at him, and he doesn't want them waking him up. And don't just quit fussing on me. And you see what I mean?
Mhm.
Does he keep trying to get out of bed?
Yeah, every
You know
day.
how I know that? Because they're showing me my grandpa. My grandpa was the toughest son of a bitch I ever met, and they literally had to tie him to a chair when he had lung cancer.
They had to strap him to the bed
Yep.
That's what they're showing me, strapping him down.
and putting the alarms on the bed in the
Yeah.
chair.
Do you see what I'm saying? I can't know that, sweetie. Your dad has so many loved ones all around him, and your grandfather wants you to know how much that he loves you and the family. They're so grateful for the way that you guys are taking care of your dad. Now, there's a mother figure there as well, but I'm not sure if it's his mom or his grandma. Is his mom on the other side as well?
Yeah, both my grandparents are on the other side.
So she's like,
But
get
they
out of here,
weren't.
old man. She can't hear me. I'm here too. Mama's here too.
They were divorced before I was born.
Can you tell? Get the frick out of here, old man. Like that. They're not coming for it hand in hand. We love each other. Oh no, she's elbowing him the heck out of here so that mama can come in and take care of him. The food here sucks. She's a good cook. This is not. Did she have an accent as well? Like, I hear an accent.
She was Irish, yeah.
Because she's like, this is not good. Not good. Something very specific. Did he throw the food out? Did he refuse to eat it? Or what is with the
He-
food?
The food sucks and he's refusing to eat it, yes.
She said it's because it's piss. I'm sorry. That was her, not me. Let me say that differently. Don't say it like that. I'm recording. You can't cook for him.
My dad, yes.
He says much worse.
He said much worse, so she kept it PG for you.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. So his mom's saying, if you would just feed my boy the right foods. See, that's my grandma coming out of there, that rolling of the R's. She just said in my head, we don't roll our R's. And I can't do the Irish accent. I'm sorry. I hear accent, the frickin' French accent comes out. Either way, she's making him soup. She's making him like all of that kind of stuff, wanting to love him up. Thanking you guys. Who brought him soup? Did somebody smuggle soup in?
I think my aunt did last week, yes.
Yep. Thank her from grandma and grandpa. And just know that this is his choice, honey. If he chooses to stay or if he chooses to go, it's for the same reason. Because he loves you guys and because he doesn't want to be separated for a single moment. So this is about just enjoy the time that you have now. Keep loving on him and keep talking to your loved ones and telling them, because they said that they've been giving you all the signs. They've been giving you the things that you've been asking for. It just sometimes it takes a little bit to line up, but they're coming and you're seeing them now. Because she just thanked me. She's like, thank you. They didn't hear me before. I was deaf. Like it was almost like you guys were deaf for a long time. You couldn't hear her. Now you're hearing her.
Well, my dad's been seeing all of them for the last couple days in the TV that's not on.
See, I hate when they put me in this position, but you understand, right?
Yes.
You need to know that he's in the best care that could ever be, and that he's not in enormous amounts of pain. His soul's going in and out of consciousness, it feels like, because he's waiting for everybody around him to be okay. He's waiting for you guys to, waiting for that energy before he decides. Because at the end of our world, one of the things that happens before we cross over is our brain will change so that we can see the other side. That is meant to give the soul that is crossing over comfort that our loved ones are there, and it's also meant to give you comfort, sweetheart. That's why he's talking to you about that, because you need to know that the souls that love him are coming in to be with him, and they're with you. And it feels like it's around a birthday or something as well. Like there's another one coming up in a month or two.
Our 1 year wedding anniversary is coming up, and also Vanessa's boy's turning 15 on the 20th. So there's a couple of things coming up.
Your wedding anniversary here is where I think he's meaning it, because we just had a similar message about that earlier, because Spirit will group together the souls that can resonate with the messages being delivered, even if it's not you I'm connecting to, and that goes for you too, which is that they will pass on or around a special day, because your dad doesn't want you to experience one single anniversary without knowing that he's there. Not a single birthday, not an anniversary, not nothing. As they're pulling their energy back, they're telling me, talking about the music. Have you guys already been talking about what songs you want to play, Dad? What songs? Like, I feel like we're asking him what songs he wants, or what do you want for your funeral? She's like, stop asking him what he wants.
Yeah, no, it's kind of not on our,
I think they
on
already
our
had it
mind.
planned.
Yeah, I think my dad's already has everything
Set
lined up. They've had it for a while, so.
Okay, so that makes sense. This is why I call them puzzle pieces, because I try to make them make sense the way I understand them, but they're talking to you, not me. Because she said, quit asking him what he wants. Don't ask him what he wants, because that would make sense if he's already planned it, right? So what that tells me is that there might be a few things around this. No, what that tells me is some of the music and stuff around his passing, some of the ways that he wants to do this is extravagant, or is like... So, for example, one of the things that I've done to all of my children, right or wrong, I gave them each a song that is theirs, so that when I die, they each know which song that they are to play. And one of the songs the first song I gave to my oldest, he was like, that's stupid, Mom. Why are you going to make me play that song? Are you kidding me? And I'm like, yeah, that's the one I want you to play. It's Old Time of Rock and Roll. Old Time of Rock and Roll by Bob Seger is going to be the very first song that they play at my funeral. And the reason is because I want people dancing and knowing that, well, it's more than that. That song was very important to me when I was younger, but it's also going to get people up and make them dance and happy and things like that. And there's some music, or there's some of the planning that your dad has done already that your grandma's rolling her eyes and going, do it the way you want, dear. Don't let his wishes dictate it. He's going to be up here happy and in peace. You do it whatever you need to do so you have peace. And then your friend pushes them all back. Oh, it's not your friend, it's sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Sister-in-law, is this like your brother's wife? How do you understand this?
Yeah. Yes, my brother's wife. Her death date is actually coming up as well on the 17th.
Oh, you don't say. They group everything together so that you also know she's there as well. She gave your brother some roses, which is birthday, anniversary, a date that happens once a year. But I feel like she's giving him some. Has it only been 1 year since she passed?
Yeah, the 17th will be 1 year.
Hell just froze over. My brother messaged me for my birthday. Ha! Sorry, just saying, that freaked me out. My phone turned itself on. I turn it off every single time. Boom, that came through. Okay. Because back to her, she's giving her husband, your brother, a bunch of flowers. I feel like she's telling him to move on, give this to somebody. I feel like there's somebody in his world that she wants to validate. I sent her to you. Stop feeling freaking guilty and give her the damn flowers.
He's with somebody
Yes.
and she makes him very happy.
Know that she sees that on the other side and that she wants that for your brother. She wants him to be happy. And I think because it's only been a year and stuff that maybe he has some guilty feelings or conflicted feelings, she goes, it doesn't mean that you love me any less. It just means that you deserve to be loved and treasured and enjoy every minute of your life that you have now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She loves you very much. And as she's pulling her energy back, she's giving you jelly beans. Why?
So we've been eating in the
Starburst.
hospital.
Starburst jelly beans. That's
They've been bringing that. Her brother has been bringing jelly beans to the
me
hospital.
every time we meet. Yes.
So, what she just said there is that your brother might not think that he can hear her or feel her anymore. But I say this, I've said it before, and I will say it again. Spirit sounds like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts. So, if your brother feels like he can't hear her, then please explain to me why he keeps bringing jelly beans. It's her talking to him. Okay, now she's pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful.
It was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Ashley, I'm coming to you. I'm actually a little shocked to see you here because I think you still have a membership, don't you, hun?
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Can we connect to my mama real quick? Or do you want to go through the rest of them?
I got to go over here to Ashley. We'll come back around to that
Okay.
one in a minute here.
Okay. Oops, how do I say it
Oh,
again?
mute I can do. Unmute, I don't know.
Okay.
Mute I can do. There we go. Ashley. Oh, look at you.
Hey.
You are so freaking glowing.
Oh, thanks. No, my membership ended February, and so I'm just kind of I just have a lot on my plate right now. So I was like, I'll do this. Well, actually, Brandy reached out and I'm like, hey, I've got like 28 bucks. I'm gonna because I've missed you. I'm like, you know, when
No,
I'm so
you
used to like a Tuesday or a Saturday and I don't and it's been a full month. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to buy a membership again. But yes,
That's okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. This works
yeah.
too. Oh, your heartburn. Oh, it's killing me. Oh, you've definitely hit that stage, hey?
Yeah, it's the stomach and everything is getting it's uncomfortable. Well, it's not uncomfortable. I don't know. I got really big in such a short time. So I just hope that, well, it is what it is. I just know like I'm not even close yet. So if I already feel this way,
You know there's only one, right? There is only one. We've
yeah,
confirmed that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you ever been tested for gestational diabetes?
No, do you think I should go do that? I wasn't doing any tests.
Well, I don't think that you need to actually have to do the test in order to treat it the same. Gestational diabetes just means that your body is taking all the sugar that you're eating and giving it to baby instead. So baby will grow 10 times bigger than what they need to be. So all you have to do is if you're in that stage where you feel like you're getting too big too quick, it could be a condition like that. And if it is, because I had gestational diabetes for my first, so it comes with signs of being really lightheaded and dizzy and falling down almost. It comes with like extreme fatigue and things like that. We're always fatigued, and at our age, having a baby, you're going to be fatigued. But the thing is, just limit your sugars. Make sure that you limit your sugar throughout the pregnancy. And even if it is gestational diabetes, you're going to be fine because that's what they tell you. If it is, you don't have to take medication or anything. You just have to make sure that you very much limit your sugar because all baby will go, or all sugar will go directly to baby. I don't think it is that though,
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
no, yeah, and I have been watching, well, except for this weekend, I kind of went off and started eating like all the Easter cakes and stuff, but there was like how much time where I wasn't even eating fruit. I was just cutting out just because of how quickly I gained
So
weight.
that would be why your dad is immediate. See, I've read for you so many times. People here are probably going, "Why isn't she doing the connection exercise?" Because I've read for Ashley for like the last 2-3 years, so I can connect to your dad just like that. Um, More so though, he's talking about the brain fog or the confusion, feeling disoriented, feeling not like I'm not knowing which direction to go.
It's a
So,
lot right now with the well, actually good news today, because I'm trying to get that business open.
mm-hmm.
The egg comes June 10th, and I and the next payment is April 11th. So I literally last week like had meltdowns because the one lender was like, "Well, your credit isn't very good. You're only eligible for this amount." But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
my I then was like, for both of the lenders, I realized, okay, I need X. And then I reached out to my brother. And then today he found out that he can. And now I'll be able to move forward with both.
Yes. So what you just saw there, so there's a couple of things. And it's funny because I had a similar message come through in members earlier, which if you were there for members, you would have got that message then
I
too.
would have got that right.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Here's the thing. So, how many times have you heard me tell you that your loved ones say, don't ask for the challenge to be removed, ask for the tools and the supports that you need to overcome the challenge, right? Now,
That's right.
I know why you're here today and we're not having this conversation on members because everybody watching this later needs to know exactly what you're building right now. You are building a center with natural healing. When you talk about the harmonic egg, it's healing, vibrational healing, real vibrational healing, like the Rife machine, for example, things like that, which is going to give us natural, real health. Now,
It's actually made, yes. Sorry, what I was going to say is the inventor Gail used Royal Rife and used all these other holistic known people, and she just combined
yep.
uh, vibration, sound, and color all
I'm
in one.
telling you. And how long have I been telling you that the world is changing and that the people that were at the bottom of that pyramid structure are being given the tools and the supports that we need to rebuild this world in a healthy way. Now, what I want you to understand is that, see, you are thinking that you're stuck in your block or is this going to happen? Is it really going to happen? Here's the thing. I want you to understand something. If you want to catch a bus, for example, let's say this business that you want to build is a bus, okay? If you want to catch the bus, you have to pray that you will catch the bus, and then you have to run as hard and as fast as you can. Because here's the thing, it's not enough to pray that you catch the bus and then saunter and walk there. Because if you saunter and you walk and you miss the bus after you've prayed for it, that might have been your bus. You'll never know because you didn't give it your all. You didn't run. If you run for the bus, but you haven't prayed for the bus and you miss that bus, then that could have been your fault. You would have missed the bus because of something you did because you didn't pray and give it your all. The trick is here to pray and to give it your all at the same time. Because if you pray to catch the bus and you run as fast as you can and you still miss that bus, it wasn't your bus. If you pray to catch the bus and you give it your all, and that bus is meant to be, You
I will mind
can't
that.
miss the bus if you tried. So
That's
you
right.
forget that sometimes. Because you are the builder building this, you are thinking that you're building this. Sweetie, you're not building
No.
this. You are the vessel that God is using to build this for all of us. And so when you understand that and you say, I'm doing the best that I can, I'm giving it all that I have, I'm running as fast as I can, I'm praying for God to line it up for me, I'm praying and telling him what tools and supports I need the money to pay for this. My brother, thank you, is bringing that into me. My
Yeah.
job is to tell him what tools and supports I need and be patient while they line it up for me.
Yes.
This is something what you are building. I don't think you quite understand. It's like what I'm doing here. It might not come with dramatic success in the way success looked like in the old world with the fanfare and the cameras and the billions of dollars and all of that kind of stuff. It comes in quietly, little bit by little bit by little bit, but the work you are doing is dramatically important. And that's why you're not building it. It's being built through you. And you've been chosen to highlight this project because you are the soul that has what it takes. You forget that sometimes. You keep telling, your dad says sometimes you second guess yourself and you're like, what if I screw this up? You know how important it is and you know how much you want it. And you're like, well, what if I screw it up? What if I make the wrong mistake? What if I do something wrong? You can't miss that bus if you are praying and running as fast as you can. You cannot miss it. You are the person that God has chosen to build this. The more you know that, the more you celebrate that and get excited. And remember, just like today, he's got your back. When does your dad let you down? He doesn't. He shows up for you.
I
Remember
never.
that big oil machinery product that you lost a long time ago? You came for me to see a reading for. You came for a group reading for you and your family. And before you got there, your dad made me hide a necklace that said faith, and he hid it
Yeah.
right where you were going to be sitting. Like, how could I know
Yeah.
that? It's still the same message today, sweetheart. You gotta have faith. You gotta know that
And just
you are not,
continue. Yeah.
you're not the architect. You are the construction builder. And when you understand that God is going to give you whatever tools and supports you need, you just got to tell him what you need. And when you need something, don't get bent out of shape like, oh my God, I need this. I don't have it yet. Does that mean it's not coming? No, it means you didn't order it yet. Order the freaking thing and then relax. Does that make sense?
Relax.
Relax.
Yes, it does.
He said that's why he told you to go in the hot tub. Have you been wanting to go in? I don't think pregnant people are supposed to be in the hot tub, but he's putting you in the hot tub and telling you to relax. Do you understand that?
Yeah. So, okay.
How do you,
No, I don't.
he's still putting you in the hot tub. I feel like you really, maybe it's not a hot tub. He said limited vocabulary here. It could be something in a spa. See, the one thing I never do for myself is like pamper myself. Never been to a spa, never been to anything like that. It feels like something like that, going and pampering myself and taking care of
I'm
myself.
pampering. Okay.
And baby's healthy. She's fine. He,
She's fine.
I want to say it's she, but I mean, he flips it back and forth, and I think that's just because he's trying to make it a surprise, but I really feel like it's a she. And if it's,
Well,
when do you
I
find out?
had my midwife appointment.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to find out. I had my midwife appointment today, and the father actually showed up today, which was surprising. And then he's been pushing to now he wants to find out what the gender will be. And so I was kind of feeling like I didn't want to do that, but I'm also like, okay, maybe I should accommodate for him. I really wanted it just to be a surprise, like as I deliver, go through the labor, and then what is it? Because both of my boys, I found out what they were, right? So, um, anyways,
So as you're saying that, your dad is singing, I did it my
my
way.
way. And I should just do it my way. Exactly.
Yes, because is he there rubbing your feet? Is he there cooking you dinners? Is he there paying your rent and helping to support you through any of this? So why does he get to dictate
No,
the terms and conditions around this? Such a big
that's right.
decision. That is a,
Yes,
if you want to make those kinds of decisions for your child, sure, be involved. But you don't get to be on the outside dictating the terms and conditions of a child that you tried to fight. See what I'm saying?
that's right. Yeah, I don't, yeah. I always do that, trying to, I don't know. I don't need to.
You
What do
just want to
I
make everybody
owe
else
him? Nothing.
happy. I know.
Happy. I know.
Here's the
Thank
thing,
you.
he is going to get on board. He is going to be a dad to this baby. And it's funny because I remember how much fuss he gave you in the beginning, and now he's coming on board. Now he's getting curious. It's like, well, maybe I do. I want to know. Your dad's like, just let him walk the walk. Maybe he deserves to stew a little bit. Maybe he doesn't deserve to know right away. You see what I mean? And maybe that's why, because when you and I talked before, I know what your dad has said every time. But now when we're live and it's being recorded, he's like, boy, girl, yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
He's never given you that message before, has he?
No. Yes.
So even if Buddy's watching, Dad's not going easy on him.
Yeah.
As he's
That's
pulling his
good.
energy back, he put the test on the fridge for one of your boys. He's very proud of him. Test on the fridge is getting a good mark in school, accomplishing something, getting a job, a promotion of something. It's a step up.
It might be Damon. Damon is reaching out to he wanted to get into carpentry. And so someone gave him a contact to reach out to.
Yep.
Um, so I know he reached out to him on Sunday or Monday. He hadn't heard anything back yet, but I just said be patient.
Dad is working on that one too. That's why he showed me that test on the fridge. Um, I think because that sounds familiar. He's talked about that with Damon before.
Yes.
And what I love about that is what you just said. Somebody gave him a contact. I wonder how that came about. Dad's there in the background, lining things up at the right place at the right time at the right moment to give him exactly what he asked for.
Yeah, and the guy's name was Mike.
That's your dad's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's him putting his stamp so that Damon knew that that was Grandpa that sent it. Damon must have known already because Grandpa told him he was going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
dad's been talking to him about becoming that carpenter and being a man's man, which he thinks is really funny because he knows that Damon's gay. And so he's like, I don't care. He can be a gay man's man. I don't care. As long as he can work tools and he can be a man, I don't care who he's loving, as long as he can still be a man.
That's right. And he is.
Your dad's
Yeah.
so funny. I love him so much. Now he's just like, see, now that's how I want my baby girl, laughing and smiling and enjoying this pregnancy. And so just remember, you don't have to drop your boundaries to meet somebody else who hasn't earned them. You get to do this the way that you want to do this. This might be your last baby. This was a baby that you
Yes,
never planned to have. So
that's
it's
right.
like, you know what? Take your time and do this the way that you want to do it. Because I promise you, when this baby's born, you're not going to look back and go, oh, I wish I would have done it the way you wanted me to do it.
No,
Said no woman ever,
that's right.
even the married ones.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you for that message because I was like sitting there going, oh, maybe I should bend for him. No, this is like I know this is my last. I want it exactly as I'm envisioning this.
Yeah. So just
Yeah.
know that you're allowed to have that and that your dad will make sure it lines up that way. And as far as work goes, again, pray, give it everything you got. And then if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be.
Mm.
But pray and give it everything you got at the same time. Because I really believe, like I've said to you since the beginning, and I told you this before you even had this business idea. I've been saying this for the last 4 years. this world is
Oh, no.
turning. So the top of the top of the top, the richest of the richest, the most evil and corrupt of the most evil and corrupt are being brought down. And those of us
Down.
at the bottom of that pyramid are being brought up to recreate this world in our image, the way we want it, in positivity and love and light, with real healing, real money and banking and all of it, real education, real health. And it's through people and stories
Mhm.
just like you. But one more thing I want you to understand, okay? Is that the work that you're doing right now, and I feel a lot of resonance here with what I'm doing right now. The work that you are doing with this is very important. So if God can see the path you are on, so can the enemy. Now, the enemy, if you know too much about what's to come, then they can, so does he, so does the enemy. So
Gotcha.
God doesn't give you the whole plan so the enemy can see the whole plan too and plan to stop you or thwart you. So
Yeah.
sometimes, and this was a message God was saying to me a couple of weeks ago, is coming through very loud and clear. A lot of us are saying, I just want to see the whole path. I'm not moving from here until you show me every step of the way. You're not meant to see every step of the way. You're only meant to see the next step in front of you because the enemy can see the path too, and God doesn't want him to see the path. So God's going to show you one step at a time where you're supposed to go because you have God here. The devil can't hear that. He's not in you. He can't hear that communication between you and God. God is that inner consciousness that connects us all together, and the devil can't hear that. So he doesn't tell you the whole plan. He only gives you
Okay.
bits and pieces when it's due. Did you hear that ding dong at the same
Yes.
time? Give me one
Yeah.
second, you guys. That's my flowers. My friend ordered me flowers for my birthday. So 1 second here.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. 1 second. Hello. Thank you so much. You too. Oh, look at this, you guys. It even comes with a balloon. My dog's like, what the hell are you doing? From my friend. Do you see that?
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Just gonna set these here for a second. There. I love how your dad used the timing of that. Ding dong. That's not an accident. Perfect
No,
timing.
emphasis on your message.
Pardon?
I said the emphasis on your message.
Yes, and on timing. He will put you in the right place at the right time at the right moment so that you get the message you need to get, and you can't miss it. It will be exactly when it's supposed to be. Even if you're in a reading doing your thing, it means that he'll use the ding dong at the moment that they need it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Even how even all these delays and stuff, I after was thinking, no, this is good. Um, because I'm going to be going on maternity, I realize it's only one of my paychecks. Um, and so me having to clear up my debt right now, I like the one, my student loan is like down to $3,000. Well, that's $300 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's preparing me afterwards that I don't have a whole bunch of stuff going out. And I was going to take the lease in April. Um, and because of this, it's pushing it to May, which then that only leaves me with 1 month that I pay without any income.
Oh, I love it.
So
Your
it's
dad just
really,
keeps showing me. I don't know football very much, but as you're talking about all this, he's showing me football. And he's saying, see, we don't give the other team our playlist. And if we think that they got our playlist, then we change it up and we change the play so that they don't know the play. As you're
yeah,
talking about that, he's showing me you thought you were going to do it this way, but God's changing it over here so that the other team doesn't know the play and it's going to make it easier for you.
yes, it's so good.
Remember that you're not building this. He is. When I get frustrated and I feel stuck, sometimes I'm like, well, you know, if I'm so successful, why am I struggling every month to like barely make the rent? If I'm so successful, why is my electricity, getting threatened to get cut off every single day? And then when I say stuff like that, I hear answers because God always answers with questions. And I hear him say, name one figure in the Bible that was rich and powerful when I used them to help me. I always pick the David. I always pick the people that think that are, not high in esteem, that are low down here. My people are my Davids. You're a David.
Yeah.
And that the success will come. Right now, success is that you are able to have this baby on your terms. Success is that you are able to feel a path moving forward to live the life of your dreams. Success is that you're going to have natural healing. That is, see here, you're doing this for you and for the world, to give natural healing to the world. But your dad is thanking you for doing this because it's going to heal your mama. And your mama needs this.
Oh, she's already going. There's another center in the Northeast. So she's been going and you could see the difference already. And and there's so many people right now, like my one friend with MS, and I'm like, okay, when I get it, I'm giving you free sessions. Like,
You heard that
there's
right,
so
Amy?
many.
People don't know that these technologies are available. I didn't know there was another one in Calgary already.
Yes, there's two,
And
one in the Southwest.
I bet you they have a wait list like crazy.
They do, yes. The Northeast isn't so bad. And she just opened in September. So, and she has counseling background as well. So you sit and she's amazing.
A mentor, like, because it's interesting.
Yeah,
Your dad put your hands together and showed me like partnership and together. Like you've been brought together
I
by
do. It's a great connection and it's helping me through this whole thing because she's already done it.
Yeah.
And I just feel then supported.
I love that, sweetie. Because
Yeah.
you are supported. Again, as they're pulling their energy back, they're reminding you that you're not doing this alone, that they are building this through you. We're going slow so that you can have this baby, and that you're not pushed to go too fast. You're not going too slow. You're exactly at the right pace.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And happy birthday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, hon. Okay, where am I going? Christina, you're the only person I haven't read yet. I know I read for Amy earlier in group. She told me not to read her for tonight, but I'm coming up to you. How are you doing, kiddo?
I'm okay.
That's good. I gotta put my glasses on to see your hairdo for a minute. Is it in a bun?
Yeah,
It
nothing
looks,
special.
no, it looks cute. It looks, but see, because I can only see very fuzzy, it looks like one of the, I don't know, I'm talking to old people, right? So you know that beehive that they used to do?
Oh my God, that's funny you say that.
Why?
Because people used to call it a beehive at fucking work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking people. Excuse my French.
I say shh because when I post this on the internet, they'll censor it if we use too much of the flamboyant words here.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's all good. Who's with you, hun?
My friend. I'm at her house.
Okay, because I'm not sure if you want me to read for you or her because she's got loved ones all around her. Like I know Timmy's sitting there on your lap, but there's a soul behind you going, it's saying it's for her, it's for her, it's for her. And then they're doing the chicken dance. So I don't know if she's scared or nervous about this because they're doing.
I don't know. I mean, if she wants to read, I don't care. You don't want to do it? No, God. Oh, all right, whatever. I talk to Timmy every week. You don't want to talk to Grandpa or anybody? Are you sure? Are you 100% sure?
It's
We
all
can get
good.
Grandpa. We
Spirits,
can get Grandpa Oswald in. I'll fucking ask for Grandpa Oswald, and then you'll have no choice. I know him. Don't blame me.
oh, he's here. When you say Grandpa so-and-so, he's like, done, here. But they're very much teasing her. Hear that beeping out there?
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. That's how they emphasize. They're teasing her in a loving way. See, it's not an accident that you're at your friend's house right now. Were you planning to be there tonight, or it was just an impromptu session? You decided to come at that moment at that time?
Actually, earlier I was gonna not come, and then Vicky actually was like, "Well, it's not gonna storm, so you could go. You got time to stay the night. Why don't you just stay the night if Boo's coming?" So I was like, "Oh, all right." So that was your grandfather telling us to come, so you could talk to him. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's how spirit talks.
Yeah, and knowing that she might be a little uncomfortable with doing this on her own, so he brought you to her house and he can give you a message and Timmy's going to give you a message. And some people, here's the thing, we don't push them into doing this, but spirit will bring somebody else around you and let you experience it through them so that they can get you ready to be ready.
I've been trying to get her to do this.
Well, stop. Stop pushing and let spirit line it up if and when she's ready. Because if you try to force somebody to come to receive a message they're not ready to get, they won't understand it. It won't make sense. No matter how hard I try to line it up for them, they will not understand it. So the closest they can do is get me to read you in front of her so that maybe it might bring
Yeah.
some peace or some comfort.
Well, I haven't pushed her. I mean, I'm like, she's watched my videos, of me talking to Timmy, but she hasn't actually been to a live one like this.
So here's the thing. Why does Timmy like her so much? He's like, hi, 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 hi.
We
Like, I
they
hear
used to
you.
come. All three of us used to come here and sleep together.
Yeah.
Us and the kids all the time.
He wants you to know that he's big enough now. And I'm like, for what? He's like talking about all the treats and the snacks that the kids used to get that he was too little for.
Yeah.
He's like, now he's big enough. So make sure you give some to him too. I see remember I told you before cookies and milk? And I was like, what's with the cookies and milk? What is with the cookies and milk? He's still showing me cookies and milk around you
I
guys.
still haven't cooked the cookies.
We didn't give the kids.
I have
cookies,
cookies in the cupboard that I haven't. No. Yeah, Savannah used to have the Oreos and milk.
Oh
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah. He remembers. See, I don't.
He's glad you're there. He's glad you guys are going to have a fun night. He's glad. See, your energy is so changing, Christina. You're making choices and decisions. When was the last time you slept over at your friend's house or been out of the house that has a lot of stress and pain in it? It's been a while, right?
Yeah, but it's hard between work and school because she lives, in another city. So
Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you though is that before, when you were in a stress vibration, when you were feeling really stressed or really pressured, then it was very hard. You couldn't find any time to get together. But the second you start making choices and decisions to get yourself out of what I call shit river, which is what you understand that, the second that you start making choices and decisions in that direction, the universe, all of a sudden the sun comes out and a way just lines itself up. All of a sudden it's not hard and it's not complicated. All of a sudden, boom, it just happens. When you care about how you feel and you are feeling happy and joyful and competent and that everything's going to be okay, then you line up with everything that feels that way. So it becomes easy to get together. When you are in that stress vibration and that complicated vibration, then it's hard because you can't get from stress to joy. And her house feels like joy.
Oh, 100%.
Is this Boo in the background? Who's staring at me?
It is. It is.
Because your son is going, hi, 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 again. Is Boo shaving now? He gave him a razor.
He keeps giving him a razor. He's not shaving quite yet.
What did they say?
Nothing. I can't repeat that. I can't.
Well, your brother knows.
We're on the line. People are gonna. Good thing she didn't hear that.
Didn't hear it. All I could say is he knows. He knows. He doesn't miss a beat.
Your brother knows.
Proof. I don't even know what the frick you're talking about. Neither does anybody here. But the fact that you guys got that message, I'm telling you, spirit sees you. Your brother's not gone. And he's singing the song, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Yeah.
In a different way, but yeah.
I can't believe that. Chang doesn't know what to think.
Because see, spirit will group you together to give you a message that you can't explain. How can he know that? Mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance unless they're still here.
He learned that at Christmas time that his brother's still here.
Why is he showing me Ghostbusters?
Boo likes Ghostbusters.
He's big enough. That's his big message today. I'm big boy now. I'm big enough. I'm old enough. I can watch Ghostbusters now. It's not too scary for me.
Actually, there's a new one coming out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there?
that's probably why. Yeah, I think that's why he's bringing it up because Boo wants to go see that, but he doesn't like the movies. You know, he's not old enough yet to like it.
Who? Timmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. What did he just say? I'm big enough. I'm big boy now. I got it. I can go with him. I'm telling you right now. I didn't know that there was a Ghostbusters coming out. I haven't seen Ghostbusters since like what, 1988? I don't know, whenever it was out. The last Ghostbusters I saw was Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That'll tell you how
Oh,
old.
they have a Ghostbusters with 3 women now. Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's in there and a couple other ones, and then now there's another new one coming out this year.
Well, I am so old. I'll tell you that. I didn't know any of that. But clearly Timmy does. And clearly Timmy's telling Boo that if he wants tickets to go to that movie, you just ask Timmy. Just like Timmy lined you up with that video game system, he will bring you those tickets. He wants to go with you. And he wants you to know that when you go watch that movie, that your brother will be right there with you.
Yeah, I think he put me to sleep on the last movie.
He said, that's fine. You don't need to come with us. It's a boys' day out. It's just for the boys. Aww. Honey, he gave you cinnamon buns.
Hmm. When I was at the store the other day, I was debating it. Yeah.
So you're hearing him a lot more than you think you are. You've got
No,
a
I know.
you got
but
a 2-year-old over
I
here.
just ignored him because
That's
I
okay.
didn't want it.
That's okay. You knew that was coming from him, didn't you?
Oh, I knew. That's because I told you he's been having me eat all that junk, and I was like, "Yep, we're not doing that one, Timmy."
So that's all he wants from you is if he was here in the physical world and you took him grocery shopping with you and he's in your cart and he saw cinnamon buns, is he going to be like, "Oh, oh, 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 I want," right? That doesn't mean you have to give it to him. That just means you tell him, no, we can't have this. You're still parenting him from the other side. So when you're in that moment, when you say, no, Timmy, we can't have the sweets all the time, he's hearing you. You're still parenting him, but it's his way for you to feel that energy so that you feel you're still parenting him, so that you know you're still his mama. He'd be driving you nuts if he was there with you in the grocery store physically. So he's doing the exact same thing non-physically because he never left you.
Yeah.
Oh, keep talking to him. He's like, all right. He's pulling his energy back. And your grandfather just gave you guys a beer. Is somebody drinking?
No, nobody's drinking here.
He liked his drink though, didn't he? Because when you said that, he's like, well, what kind of party is this?
Well, we got kids here. We're not doing that.
See, that this isn't them telling you what to do. You got to understand that I get their personality coming through. So if your
Yeah, I
grandfather
know,
liked his
and he
beer,
would. Yeah, he would.
if your grandfather liked his beer and would have had a beer if there's a party, you guys are all partying. He's like, "Where's the beer?"
Yeah.
Christina, I feel
So-
like you forget that we would be at Pete and Dana's while our parents were all drinking and we were just running around playing. Like,
Yeah, I know, but we
That
don't
was our
plan on
generation.
drinking. That's what I mean by that.
I
And
get
what's
what
the message?
the message, honey, is that their personality doesn't change from the other side. So if your grandfather was still here in the physical world, he'd be like, "Oh, great, we're having a party. Let's bring the beer." You're like, "Grandpa, we can't have beer because there's kids here." And what Amy just said is, "So what? There was kids here when I was drinking at parties. Who freaking cares? Why do we care if there's kids here? We didn't care about that 40 years ago. Why do we care about that now?" It's like, well, because we're older and wiser and we know better now, Grandpa. Whatever. Fine, don't have beer, but I'm still coming.
Can I show something from my game?
Go ahead, hurry up.
Oh, he's gonna show me something?
Yeah, not that last time you couldn't even see, so I don't know.
I got my specs.
Can you see it?
You gotta press play on the video. What are you showing me here, hun? There we go.
Probably the Ghostbusters.
Oh, look at that.
Is that the Ghostbusters?
Spider-Man.
Oh, I was Freddy. Who? Is that my name?
That's the game. All I hear when you're showing me this is sound effects. This is you playing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like this is you?
Yeah.
Who are you playing that game?
Yes.
Oh, that's him playing the game.
That's
Is
what I thought.
Is that the game that you got
Yeah.
with the PS5?
Yes.
Oh,
That's because that's
okay.
as
What's that?
okay, you can take it down now, honey. I see it.
Down.
So what Timmy's showing me, as you're showing me that, I wasn't sure. We thought it was like the Ghostbusters movie or a movie playing at first, but what Timmy was saying, he's like, that's my brother kicking ass. And I'm hearing kapow, ka-ching, like I'm hearing sound effects that the 2-year-old's making. That video you just showed me was you winning the game. Yes?
Yeah.
I can't know that. I don't play video games. The only video game I've played in the last 40 years is Mario Kart, and that looks nothing like that. So for me to know that, that's your brother saying he's right there with you, watching you beat that game. You understand that?
So what's the message that Amy said there was a message that came through in members today for me. But she didn't tell me what it was. She told me you would tell me, and you probably don't remember.
Well, I do remember, kind of, but the message wasn't so much for you. It was about you, but it was for her.
Well, she said it was a message for me. I don't know.
I'll tell you
Just
why.
relaying what she said.
I'll tell you what she said, or what was said. What was said was that, see, you're exiting from a situation that's very tense and very tense. Let's just say that right now, right? So you're leaving that situation, and so that means that I can see you tiptoeing right now because we're all very aware and nervous about how Dad's going to react to that, right?
100%.
The message that came through for Amy was to not worry about you so much and not worry about the situation, to have faith that you are moving into an atmosphere that is so good for you. And it was about, the message was actually for her about you because she loves you so much that she's got anxiety for you for that, right?
I have anxiety for myself for that.
The message that came through was that ultimately your dad wants what's best for you. Ultimately, he loves you. And as a parent, we want what's best for our children. But he's also a little bit clouded by his own perspective right now, right? And so when you leave, it's really interesting timing. When you move out is around the same time that he's going to get some really harsh news about somebody that's not actually coming here to this country who he thinks is. Yes?
Yes. Yeah, and
hold on. These two situations are going to coincide around the same time. And so because these two situations are going to coincide around the same time, your entire family is tiptoeing on eggshells, worried about how this is going to affect him. Worrying about if he's going to blow up or if it's going to make everybody pissed off, right? Here's the thing. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And your dad is, he's hurting right now. He's hurting so bad that he can't see through his perspective. So sometimes we have to be allowed to eat what we've chewed, to chew what we've bitten off, to receive the consequences of what we have created so that we can choose differently. So the message that came through was that your dad is definitely coming up to a moment of clarity where everything is going to feel like it comes crashing down. But that's what is required for him to decide to change. In order to decide to change, he's going to have to be pushed out of his comfort zone. You are being exited from that situation, and because what is better for you is over here, what feels good, and you know what I mean, your peace, your space. You need that in order to be able to heal. And so long as you are there, your dad is never going to be able to heal the way he's supposed to, because you're kind of helping him stay stuck by staying there, in a sense, right? With you staying there, he can give money over here, doesn't make any difference. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by you leaving, now he's coming face to face with what he needs to deal with. And so what the message that came through from Amy, or to Amy earlier, was that to please remember that this situation is happening for him, not to him. And what I want you to say to your dad when you leave, when you have this conversation with him, is to be very clear and say, Dad, I love you, and I'm never going to stop loving you. I am not leaving my relationship with you. I am doing the responsible thing for me and my son, and I'm getting us our own place because that's what's best for me. You want me to make choices and decisions that's best for me, right, Dad? You want me to be capable and stable and on my feet. That's what you want for me, right, Dad? Because if you want those things for me, then you have to understand that this is the way that I have to move. I'm not leaving you. I'm moving forward into the future that I'm supposed to be in, and I hope you will be proud of me. And in the meantime, if you need anything, you know where I am. Just phone me, let me know. It doesn't mean I can't come back here and visit sometimes. It doesn't mean that. I will be here. But if you are mean to me when I leave, I'm not going to keep coming back so you can yell at me and like verbally abuse me. But I love you and I want to be a part of your life. And he gets to decide if this is you deserting him or if this is you. He should be very proud of you. You lost a child 1.5 years ago, not even 2 years ago yet. And you are moving forward with leaps and bounds. You are getting back on your feet. You are providing a life for you and your son that is only possible because you are healing. Moving out is because you are healing, and you should be proud of that. And your dad loves you enough that he will be proud of that too, when he can see it through the perspective of a parent and not through the perspective of pain, which he's in now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically, stop tiptoeing around it and make sure he knows that you're doing this for you and for Boo, and that you want him to be proud of you for this, because it wasn't frickin' easy. And I think that when you explain to him that, Dad, it would mean a lot to me to know that you're proud of me for this. I want to leave here knowing that I still have your support and knowing that we're still good. I need to leave here knowing that I'm doing what I need to do to be a good mom to my son and that you're proud of me for that. When you say it to him in that way, then he's going to love and support you. The last thing you need to do, see, in your head, you're thinking, I'm leaving because you're an asshole and I'm tired of living in this freaking house. And yeah, if you say it to him that way, you're going to hurt his feelings. Sure you are. But you don't
Well,
need-
I wasn't. I'm not gonna say it like
Of
that.
course you're not. And that's the
I'm
point.
just afraid to say it.
Tina,
That's the
Grandma-
reality.
Grandma told you to be brave. That was the part that I knew my message.
Grandma's telling you, be brave, have courage, and remember that you're doing this as much for your dad as you are for you. Because your dad needs to heal, and he can't heal right now because he's not willing to acknowledge what is hurting him. And if you can't acknowledge it, you can't change it. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. So when you leave this situation and he's left with just the pieces that he's dealt,
Mm-hmm.
and he has nobody to blame but himself. And so then he can start changing it. But you can't change what you don't acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go have fun. Enjoy the rest of your night. Because your loved ones just said, all right, zip it, we're going to have fun. If they can't have beer, then at least we're going to have laughs. Oh, He's like, too bad you're not in Canada. It's legal for them. They got that wacky tobacco shit. It's legal for them. I don't
It's
think
legal. It's legal here too, but I don't do that.
I don't think he did it either, but he's willing to do anything as long as he's like, I need something, man. We got to party somehow.
Listen, has Timmy been itching my nose all night? He's itching, scratching, like tickling it.
No, you're kind of psychic, and so that's spirit trying to get your attention. That girl that's behind your shoulder there, that's why it got stronger a second that she stepped close to you. She's got a soul that passed before we think of as their time, suddenly, unexpectedly, or traumatically, that has
Is
disfiguration.
that why it's been itching so bad? Oh my gosh.
Yes. That means disfiguration. You're picking up the sense of a soul that is around her that passed in that way. That's good sign that you're healing, honey. You're healing because if you're in pain, you can't get messages from spirit.
My ear's been ringing like crazy lately.
Keep doing your work. Keep doing your work. That's a sign that your senses are open. It's like when your hearing comes in. If you've been deaf your whole life, as it comes in, you're going to notice that. You're going to notice the birds. You're going to notice those things. Your senses are waking up. The more that you heal and the more you keep yourself in a vibration of love, light, and peace, the more you will hear and understand the messages from spirit coming in. The more pain and trauma and frustration you are in, the harder it is to hear them. So you're doing a lot of good healing right now. That's why your senses are starting to come alive. And I've been telling you since the first time I read for you that you're a lot more psychic than you think you are. So
Yeah.
you're just starting to pick that up. Makes sense?
It seems to be everybody that's been through traumatic stuff.
Yeah, because their loved ones
It's
are
like
the
the light
strongest.
workers and stuff, yeah.
Their loved ones are the strongest. Well, I shouldn't say they're the strongest. It's just that they come at you the heaviest. I gave a message just like this on TikTok earlier. A lady asked me a question. She said, "Why am I dreaming about a dead child that I read the next day in the news? But that child came to me in my dream." Well, if you are psychic, you are like a flashlight in the dark for the dead. They're up here, it's dark all around. A soul that passed unexpectedly or traumatically or is in fear, that's dark on the other side, right? And they see somebody like you that has abilities and you're just like this bright light in the dark. So they right to you and they want you to give them the message. So they kind of overwhelm you with their energy. But it's like when a person is drowning, they are like floundering, right? And you got to be careful when you approach them because they will pull you under because they're trying so hard to keep themselves up. And it's not that they want to drown you, it's because they're trying to keep themselves up. So when spirit comes at you like that and it's overwhelming, it's because they recognize that you're a light. And so they're like, please help me, please help me. This is how I felt when I died. And you just got to say, okay, I got you. I feel that you're here, but I can't help you with this right now. Go see my friend Tracy or go see some other psychic. I can't help you right now. If you state that to him, that will stop.
Jimmy's playing with him right now, Vicky.
But yet it's what is going on is as your senses are opening, you have to learn to control them at the same time. Make sense?
Yeah. No, baby.
Okay. Now I'm going to let them pull back.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your weekend or rest of your week. It's not the weekend yet. I'm skipping days.
Tracy,
Yes.
do you have a Cash App?
A what?
Cash App?
No.
It's an app. You don't have Cash App?
No. I've heard of it before, but I don't know what that is.
We wanted to buy you dinner.
Aw, that's very sweet of you guys, but you don't have to do that. I will phone that bank back and get that money reversed. Trust me, I will be getting my steak tonight. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, if you change your mind, you just message me.
I will. Thank you very much, sweetie.
Happy
Tracy,
birthday.
can I get a
You
little
go
reading
and-
for my mom real quick?
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing me back there. I almost forgot.
Thank you. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. We'll do it quick here, okay?
Yes, quick,
Because
yes.
she's like, sorry, I do this to you all the time. But she's like, where there's a will, there's a way. You just said it. So she's coming in. She's showing me the communication, and then I get really hot, and I'm like, what is this? Why am I getting really hot? Have you been getting like hot flashes recently?
Yeah.
So love feels like warmth, not cold. So when you get those hot flashes, that's your mom's way of letting you know that she's with you in that moment. And when I'm asking her why is she doing that to you, because when you're feeling those hot flashes, it's like a message to get the heck out of the room. Go to the room. Like you've been spending a lot of time in the hospital and stuff. And sometimes that's weighing you down. It's making you feel sad. It's making you feel stuck. So your mom's like with all this heat to let you know that she's there. She loves you very much. You're not going through this alone. And then she's pushing you and saying, get outside and go enjoy some fresh air. She's trying to tell you to take short or more breaks in between. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because Janet's dad is in most of my mom's old rooms.
And right now he's in the room that her mom actually passed away in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what love.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I understand why she's like hitting you like that and why she keeps pushing you. Okay, so I understand. So the reason why she's doing that is because she's got this covered. What did they say to you the whole time? We're watching over them. We got them covered. It's not an accident that your mom would pull him into the same room she was in because it's a message for her to let you know she's watching over him. They're trying to get you that message. But it's also, I'm watching over him, now get out. You don't have to be here and be constantly feeling that, you need to just know that it's okay to be happy. Take like small bursts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like Janet went over and I was like, oh man, I can't go over because the kids are off this week and I didn't want to bring the kids, obviously. And so like I felt like I'm trying to be in like 20 different places at once. So I felt bad for not being with her and then being at
No.
home.
That's why she's pushing you out, because she said you don't need to be there right now. You got to understand, in order for a partnership to work, we don't all do the same job at the same time. A great partnership is balancing off of each other.
Yeah.
Just remember, you got a lot of support on the other side.
Yeah.
Mom too.
So can I ask 2 more questions? Real fast.
Quick ones.
So my niece's birthday was just on the 31st, and my friend's birthday was on March 3rd. They both passed away. Well, my niece passed away, she'll be 25, she passed away at 11. My friend passed away 3 years ago. And we just celebrated both their birthdays.
So, see, sometimes you do this to me, kiddo. You're like, can I talk to my mom? And now I want to talk to this person and this person and this person and this person. Here's the thing you have to understand. When you ask for those people, yes, they step forward, but they start overwhelming me with messages that I can't understand. Okay. So in order to bring them forward, I'm going to have to do a whole other reading. What I can tell you, what I can tell you is that if you come again, start with them, so that I can get you a clear message. But what I felt when you said that was somebody had pain in the head and is not in pain anymore. And I think that was the 11-year-old, the one who died at 11. She's like, I'm free. There's no more pain. Just let her know I'm in no more pain. They heard what you did to honor them.
That's what I want to know.
Love to step forward and give you more messages, but you got to give them the time to be able to give you a clear message.
I just wanted to know that they knew what we did.
To send her a message after this?
They said, we know you honored me. We know, or honored us, because I feel like you honored them together.
Yes, we did. I can't. Because I missed my friend Heather's birthday while I was in the hospital with Janet's dad and my uncle. So we just celebrated it 2 days ago.
So she knows. They were there.
You're going to send her a private message, but I can't
I will.
get the membership.
We want to do a membership, so we're gonna private message you because you can't get it to work for some reason.
I can't get it to go. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, the reason why is because when you book the membership, you have to book a day. It's very confusing the way my site does it.
Oh, okay. Is that what that means?
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
what that meant. Okay.
you just got to pick any date, anytime. It'll tell you you get a 5-minute reading. No, you don't. You get a 6-month
Yeah,
membership
okay.
or a 1-year
Okay,
membership.
perfect. That's
Just
all I
pick
needed to
any
know.
date and any time. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, you answered my question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
I know, because I've dealt with that
everything.
before. All right, you guys have a great rest of your
Thank
night.
you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Take care,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Bye.